Welcome to this explainer. Today, we are officially tearing down the stagnant salary myth. We're going to walk through a highly practical, actionable playbook to make 2026 your absolute highest earning year yet. Let's dive right in. So here's the deal. Most people just stay stuck, right? They coast along with the exact same salary for years, mostly because they don't have a structured plan to break out of that wage stagnation. But honestly, it doesn't have to be that way for you. We're going to look at exactly how to add thousands or even tens of thousands to your baseline this year. Picture this. On one side, you have the painful reality of doing nothing, just staying stuck while inflation quietly eats away at your purchasing power. No thanks. On the other side is the incredibly empowering potential of taking control. In this explainer, we're going to examine 5 specific, proven levers, everything from quick wins to larger strategic moves, that will shift you out of that stagnant column and directly into the growth column. Okay, section 1, maximize your current career. Strategy number 1 is negotiating a raise or promotion. Listen, you simply cannot wait around passively for your annual review to magically hand you more money. It just doesn't happen. A standard 3% cost of living adjustment, that barely covers inflation these days, so if you aren't actively negotiating, you're technically taking a pay cut. You have to be the one to initiate the conversation. And here is your literal negotiation playbook. Step 1. You must document your wins, and you have to do it with real numbers. Vague accomplishments just do not sway managers, but hard data on revenue you've generated or hours you've saved absolutely does. Step 2. Research market rates so you know exactly what your specific role is worth today. And Step 3. You just ask. Coming armed with objective market research transforms what could be an emotional plea into a rock-solid, rational business case. The return on having that single conversation is huge. When professionals actually negotiate armed with objective data, they frequently see base increases of 5 to 15%. That is real, tangible money added to your bank account just for having one well-researched meeting. But hey, what if your current company simply won't budge? That brings us to strategy 2, switching to a higher-paying job. The data on this is remarkably clear. Job hopping consistently remains one of the absolute fastest ways to secure a major pay bump. To execute this, you want to update your professional profiles, apply strategically, and, this is crucial, use competing offers as leverage when you're finalizing your starting salary. Job switchers who effectively leverage those competing offers often land massive 10 to 30% salary jumps. I mean, that is a life-changing premium. You are rarely, if ever, going to achieve that by just staying in place and waiting for internal promotion cycles to catch up with the market. Moving right along, section 2, hustles and passive income. Strategy 3 is starting a high-impact side hustle. The beauty here is that you don't need to quit your primary career to generate serious, active extra cash on your own schedule. A well-chosen side hustle acts like a financial accelerator. It gives you cash flow that is totally independent of your main employer. And there are highly accessible avenues you can literally set up this week without needing a bunch of capital. You could freelance your existing skills on platforms like Upwork, basically taking what you already do from 9 to 5 and offering it as an independent consultant. You could utilize an underused asset, like your car, for ride sharing, or you could monetize your creativity by designing and selling digital products on Etsy. Within just a few months of consistent effort, many beginners easily net an extra $500 to $3,000 a month. Over the course of a year, that kind of compound growth drastically changes your financial baseline, giving you a fantastic buffer to invest or pay off debt. But, active income still means you're trading time for money. Strategy 4 shifts our focus to the ultimate wealth-building concept, building passive income streams. This is the vital transition from working for your money to making your money work for you over the long haul. To generate that passive income, you've got a few core vehicles. You can simply park your liquid savings in high-yield accounts, which means you're effectively earning money just for holding cash. You can invest in dividend stocks or broad market index funds to capture economic growth. You might create digital products that sell automatically, or even dive into real estate crowdfunding. Yes, passive income takes some upfront time or capital to build, but that continuous, long-term payoff is exactly how sustained wealth is created. All right, section 3, upskill for maximum value. This brings us to strategy 5, upskill and get certified. If you want the market to pay you a premium, you have to continually increase your personal market value. Learning high-demand, modern skills makes you an absolutely undeniable, indispensable asset to any employer. Think about mastering AI tools, learning data analysis, or getting proficient in digital marketing. You don't have to go back to a university for a 4-year degree to do this anymore. Picking up quick, specialized certifications from tech giants like Google or AWS can dramatically and quantifiably increase your professional value in just a matter of weeks. The financial potential here is staggering. People who upskill frequently trigger massive 15 to 40% salary jumps as they transition into roles that companies are literally desperate to fill. Because at that point, you aren't just asking for more money, you are bringing fundamentally more value to the table. Finally, Section 4, the compound growth strategy. To bring all these individual tools together for the absolute maximum financial impact, you have to compound your strategies. Combine 2 or 3 of these levers, like upskilling first and then using those fresh skills to switch to a higher-paying job. That's the secret to the fastest results. Also, make sure you track your progress meticulously. Always set aside some money for taxes on any new side income, and remember the golden rule: prioritize creating value. Value creation is the engine. The money naturally follows. Look, adding $10,000 to $30,000 to your income this year isn't some abstract dream. It is a mathematical reality when you apply the right leverage. Small, calculated steps compound into significant results, but it does require consistent, disciplined action across the specific areas we've talked about today. Which leaves us with one final, absolutely vital question. Which strategy are you going to try first? We've covered the playbook, and now it's time for the execution. I am challenging you to pick just one of these 5 tools this week and start compounding your results. You know what to do. Now go out there and make 2026 your highest earning year yet. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you on the next one.